the topics that we have covered, you are supposed to either revise. If you couldn't revise, at least keep your notes handy so that the formula and the question that should make sense and you should be able to apply them. Question number first is DPP number 4, electric flux and Gauss law. Question number 1 is in the electric field. Is the electric field in the Gauss law is created by charge enclosed? Yes, we discussed this point and there are a few more questions related to this. जब हम गॉस लॉ अप्लाई करके इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स कैलकुलेट करते हैं, then what happens? The electric field is due to all the charges present inside as well as outside, or the flux calculate करते हैं, the flux depends only upon the charges present inside. The question says, is the electric field in Gauss law is created only by the charges enclosed? What should be the answer?
Yes.
No. Electric field is due to all the charges.
So the field is due to all charges, but the Q we use is only enclosed charges.
Yes. So when we calculate the electric flux is due to all the charges inside as well as outside. Though this Q enclosed will depend only upon the charges inside, because outside charges net contribution in the flux is zero. So answer will be, is E created only by the charges enclosed? No. This is created by all the charges inside as well as outside. Right? Okay. So exactly same logic, but there is one more part of the question. Can we use Gauss law to find the field of an electric dipole? इलेक्ट्रिक डायपोल की फील्ड को कैलकुलेट करने के लिए हम गॉस लॉ यूज कर सकते हैं, यस और नो? कैन वी यूज? ओके, व्हाट वाज द कंडीशन फॉर व्हिच टाइप ऑफ चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, फॉर व्हिच टाइप ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड वी कैन यूज गॉस लॉ? ओनली फॉर सिमेट्रिकल इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. If we consider a dipole is one positive and one negative charge separated by a small distance. So first step is we have to draw the electric field lines and we have to find out the symmetry of that field line. Is this field line symmetric? No, there is no cylindrical or no spherical symmetry. So this will not be calculated. This cannot be calculated by choosing any kind of symmetrical Gaussian surface. किसी भी डाइपोल के लिए हम सिमेट्रिकल गॉसियन सरफेस चूज नहीं कर पाएंगे. सिमेट्रिकल का मतलब इसके हर एक पॉइंट पे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की वैल्यू सेम. We cannot calculate that and that's why electric flux cannot be, electric field cannot be calculated. अगर suppose हम कोई एक spherical surface देख लेते हैं, consider this is spherical surface and apply the Gauss theorem on this, we cannot calculate this because we cannot calculate using this surface, because any type of surface if you take, the total charge enclosed is going to be zero. One positive, one negative, both are equal opposite. So total charge enclosed zero. Total charge enclosed zero. That means E dot dA will be zero. But E is not zero. We already know E dot dA zero does not guarantee electric field is going to be zero. ये इस surface पे अगर हम somehow calculate कर पाए, because this is irregular kind of electric field, E dot dA में हम E को बाहर निकाल सकते हैं, as we did in the case of the point charges and all. We have to integrate by this surface equation. If mathematically it is possible to do E dot dA on the sphere, it will always come out to be zero. Since it is always zero, it is not possible to calculate the electric field of a dipole. So इसमें दो part थे, but the question number first one related to this, there are many questions. Taking all of them together from the same DPP. Check question number from the same DPP. Check the question number 11 and 12. Question number 11 and 12 is also on this similar logic as the question number 1. Question number 1. In the Gauss law, integration of E dot dA is Q net upon epsilon naught. Electric field is the expression is stated only by enclosed charges. What will be the correct answer for question number 11? Yes, question number 11, what should be the answer? 11 answer.
C.
Yes, answer is C, correct. What will be the answer to question number 12? Question number 12. So then you revise the notes. I mean, this is not from the last class. This is from last to last class. We did the Gauss law and application. Question number 12. What should be
Yes,
the
sir.
answer?
So should be B.
Should be B. Okay. Correct. B, yes, we discussed the same. Electric field E is due to all the charges. Right side, when we calculate, this is depending only upon the inside charges. Inside charges are Q3, Q4, Q5. 11 is C, 12 is B. Good. Fine. Next question number second. Question number second. So mostly questions are conceptual, but the language is different in the question, so you have to just figure out what is being asked. Some mathematical questions. Some mathematical questions will be taking up. The integration and all will be involved. Question number second. Consider a disk of radius 0.1 meter exists inside a region of uniform electric field with magnitude this and this. Perpendicular disk is located in the field such that one of the diameter is perpendicular to the direction of electric field. Question number second. This is the electric field, and the circle is doing its place such that its diameter is perpendicular. If diameter is perpendicular, means this loop is perpendicular, this circle is perpendicular. It is like this, perpendicularly only. Initially, the area vector and electric field are in same direction. Initially, area vector and electric field are in same direction. At time t is equal to 0, plus will be E into A into cos of 0. Now it says, sketch the graph of resulting electric flux with angle turned for one complete rotation. Now it started rotating. Electric field is as it is, electric field is not changing its direction. Area vector will be changing its direction. So now area vector will be inclined at angle theta. It started rotating, due to which now the area vector is slightly turned. It's a 3D figure, so just slightly turned. Because of this rotation, now the angle between electric field and area vector is theta, and theta can be written as theta will be omega times t. If it is rotated with constant angular velocity omega, angle in time t theta is omega times t. Angle between E vector and electric field and area. Plus का formula था E A cos theta. So at time t, the general formula will be E into A into cos theta. Theta becomes omega t. So this function will be a cosine function. Initially it was maximum. As the coil rotates, it decreases like a cosine. Phi as a function of time. The increases starts with maximum value A 0. This is for one complete rotation. And similarly, it will continue for the further rotation 0 to 2 pi.
So we could have solved this without really replacing theta as omega t, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Because with respect to
Because
time,
it will be a cos curve.
It was
which will
asking with respect to theta only, but with respect to time also it would have been the similar function. Right? Okay. But with respect to t also, because theta is directly proportional, so this graph with respect to theta or with respect to t would have been exactly same. Question number third. Define the gravitational flux in analogy to the electric flux. How gravitational flux is different from electric flux, and what would be the Gauss law for gravitational flux? Okay. So, like the electric field, there is a concept of gravitational field. All non-contact forces are explained on the basis of field. A point mass kept, a point mass kept creates its own gravitational field in the surrounding space. Any mass, when it comes in its field, experiences the gravitational force due to the mass, exactly similar to electric field due to a charge. So like we define electric field strength at any point as force acting on a unit test charge kept at that point. Similarly, we define gravitational field intensity or the strength of gravitational field is the force acting per unit test mass kept at that point. Since it will always be attractive, so in vector form we always write it as the minus sign. The intensity generally denoted as Ig or Eg. G stands for gravity, is force acting per unit mass. Gravitational field intensity or the gravitational field strength due to a point mass. Now, this question is asking that compare the two and find the equivalent version of the Gauss law of gravitation and what is the gravitational flux. So, like electric flux is total number of electric field lines passing through a surface. Similarly, gravitational flux will be total number of gravitational field lines passing through. That will be the gravitational flux. Let's say phi g. It stands for the total number of gravitational field lines. So gravity, like this point mass, always attract. So the gravitational field line will always be directed towards that mass. This is all the gravitational field line. If you put a surface in this, the total number of field lines passing to that surface. अब इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड के लिए वो होता है E dot dA. For the electric flux, it is E dot A if it is a constant electric field. If it is a variable electric field, then it is E dot A. Similarly, E can log as Eg. Now, if you see, this is what force acting per unit mass, and force acting per unit mass can also be written as acceleration. So acceleration due to gravity at any point, not on the surface necessarily, not due to Earth necessarily. G here is just a term denoted for gravitational acceleration due to of that point mass. Gravitational field intensity is always the strength or intensity is always equal to the acceleration due to gravity at that point. Not the gravity of Earth, the gravity of this point. So if suppose there is a surface chosen and there is a gravitational field intensity G, we can define that gravitational flux. It will be integration of Ig dot dA or Ig को हम G भी ले सकते हैं, so it will be integration of G dot dA. This is the gravitational flux. Now, this gravitational flux we can calculate with the help of the equivalent version of Gauss theorem of gravitation. How we compare that? किसी भी point mass के लिए जब हम intensity calculate करते हैं, this comes out minus G capital M by R, right? Minus G capital M by R square. If you compare with the electric field is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. Q is analogous to M, R square is analogous here. So 1 by G is identical to 1/4 pi epsilon naught. Gauss law for electrostatics is E dot dA is charge enclosed upon epsilon naught. The Gauss law of gravitation, charge enclosed will be equivalent to mass enclosed. It will be mass enclosed. And 1 by epsilon naught. So 1 by epsilon naught is identical to 4 pi into G, but it will be minus times y minus because here it is minus G upon R square. ये बन गया formula for Gauss law of gravitation. Closed integration of G dot dA is equal to minus 4 pi capital G. I mean, not required for the questions because usually just in the case of gravitation, some questions we can solve with the help of Gauss law as well. But हमने ये identical version calculate derive कर लिया है using the similarity of formula. Electric field due to point charges kq by r square. Electric field due to a point mass is gm by r square. इसमें एक part था बीच में, what is the difference? How gravitational flux is different from electric flux? How it is different? Gravitational flux for any closed surface will always be negative. How it will be negative? Because gravitational flux is always coming inwards. Gravitational force always attract. There is no repulsive force. It always attracts. Field line will always be inside, and therefore it is going to be always negative. Gravitation flux is always negative, while electric flux can be negative or positive depending upon the positive charge and negative charge. So this was like just a knowledge-based question. It was not required for the question solving, though in some questions of gravitation, some complicated questions, still symmetrical distribution, we can apply the Gauss law of gravitation also. That formula which we compared, which we got by comparing the two formulas of electric field and gravity. Right? Question number 3 understood? ग्रेविटेशन फ्लक्स को आपको इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स की एनालॉजी से डिफाइन करना था और आपको आइडेंटिकल फॉर्मूला डिराइव करना है गॉस लॉ के लिए इफ वी हैव टू अप्लाई वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट द gravitational field intensity due to a gravitational field intensity due to a point mass or due to any mass distribution which is symmetrical. Question number 4. Question number 3 में doubt किसी को? Anyone? Question number 3 understood? Shrey? Question number 4. Let's move to question number 4. Then there is no doubt. Question number 4. Let a spherical surface S encloses a charge Q. How the electric flux changes in following cases if surface area of S is increased to twice. किसी surface के अंदर कोई charge रखा हुआ है, there is a flux passing through it. Now, if we increase the surface area to twice of its current value, what happens to the flux? Does flux depend upon the area of the Gaussian surface? Does flux depend upon the area of the Gaussian surface? Yes, the flux passing through this closed surface, whether it is spherical or any other shape, वो उसके surface के area पे या radius पे या in fact size पे या shape पे, it does not depend at all. Whatever be the shape, it may be sphere, it may be cube, it may be cylinder. If the charge enclosed is Q, then the total flux is Q by epsilon naught. So even if we double the area, the total charge inside is Q, total flux will still be Q by epsilon naught. Flux does not change with increase in area. Second portion, charge Q is shifted from center to a point near the surface. In this sphere, first case the charge is kept at the center. Second case, charge is shifted to one side. Yeah, what will be the change? सेकेंड पार्ट में चार्ज को हमने सेंटर से एक साइड में शिफ्ट कर दिया. व्हाट विल बी द चेंज? What will be the change in the flux? Will increase or decrease? It will increase or decrease. Kanan, will it increase or decrease, Kanan? Charge पहले सेंटर पे रखा था, अभी चार्ज एक साइड में आ गया. What will happen to the electric flux? Increases or decreases or remains same? Flux इस पे डिपेंड करता है. Kanan, Isha, charge flux depends only upon the charge inside, present inside. वो अंदर कहीं पर भी रखा हो, doesn't matter. The total flux is Q by epsilon naught. Kanan, my voice is coming. Am I audible? Kanan,
सर आपकी आवाज आ रही है बट मेरा कनेक्शन आज बहुत गड़बड़ हो रहा है सुबह से, तो इसलिए थोड़ा क्लियर नहीं हो रहा बीच बीच में. आप रिकॉर्डिंग सेंड कर दीजिए.
अच्छा रिकॉर्डिंग में सेंड कर दूंगा, लेकिन ये क्वेश्चंस की डिस्कशन है, so try to discuss with me if not understood. क्योंकि क्वेश्चंस के एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस हैं जो हमने क्लास में किए थे. You have the DPP? Okay, go through the DPP and try to fit the logic. Yes. थर्ड पार्ट क्या है? अगर हमने स्फीयर्स को रिमूव करके क्यूब बना दिया. ये sphere था, if we change this sphere to a cube, even it doesn't matter on the shape, it depends only upon the charge inside. Charge inside is Q, flux will remain Q by epsilon naught only. Another charge is placed outside the surface. अगर surface के बाहर हमें कोई charge
So you're muted. So you're muted.
सर यू ऑन म्यूट.
एक दिख रहा है कहीं पे Q, और उस पॉइंट चार्ज की इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का हमें एक छोटे से पॉइंट एरिया में, एलिमेंटल एरिया पे फ्लक्स कैलकुलेट करना है. The electric field here is produced by this point charge Q. Q की पोजीशन वेक्टर है R1.
So can you explain part 4 of the last question again? Because you were on mute the entire time.
Which part?
Part 4 of the previous question.
This is the one surface, there is a charge Q. A charge is placed outside.
So also your thing has turned orientations, so it's in portrait now. Your screen has changed orientation. I can't see what you're doing.
I didn't do anything. Okay, yeah, sorry. Okay, probably someone called. So, fourth part, number 4. There is a charge kept outside. If you put a charge outside, this does not add any value to the flux because the field line goes in from one side and goes out from the other side. The flux that is coming out is still only Q by epsilon naught. The flux contribution of charge which lies outside is 0. So in question number 4, all parts answer is there will not be any change in the electric flux. If we increase the area, if we shift the charge from center to or near the surface, or if we change the sphere by a cube, or if we place any charge outside it. Yes. Question number 5. Flux through an elemental area ds of the Gauss surface given by. This is some surface, there is a point charge. So ultimately we have to apply that E dot dA, but we know in this case, E is going to be of this charge. Q is R1 and that is small area is at a position of R, dA or ds in this case. The area will be directly outwards. Electric field on that particular point elemental area is produced by this point charge. This electric field is supposed to be along the line joining them. Let's say that vector is R. So we E dot dsc calculate करना है, but electric field we have to find in terms of this vectors. Electric field into point charge or Coulomb's law in vector. Electric field into point charge. Electric field का formula होता है KQ by R square, so that will be KQ by R dash. KQ by R dash square, but if you have to write in vector form, we also have to multiply by its direction, and direction is given as unit vector. Vector form में हमने किया था Coulomb's law, similarly vector form forces given, likewise electrical and vector form magnitude to direction. R dash वेक्टर क्या है? ये एक ट्रायंगल के वेक्टर ट्रायंगल के दो हेड्स को ज्वाइन करने वाला वेक्टर है. किसी भी वेक्टर ट्रायंगल में हेड टू हेड ज्वाइन करते हैं, that gives the difference. So R dash is vector R minus R. इसका जो मैग्नीट्यूड आएगा, this magnitude will be magnitude of vector R minus R. R dash is the distance between the two, which will be this magnitude. So वैसे भी लिख सकते हैं. Unit vector is written in terms of vector divided by its magnitude. So ये आ जाएगा KQ into R dash. ये R dash स्क्वायर पहले से था, एक R dash आ गया, so क्या R dash. This is E. Substitute the vector R dash and its magnitude. The electric flux passing through that elemental area. ये same formula है, calculate करके vector form में लिखना है. Electric flux through that elemental area. Through that elemental area, D phi is E dot ds. Electric field is KQ into R dash. So K into Q. R dash is vector R minus R1 divided by R dash Q. R minus R1 Q dot ds. Which is first option? First option. ये उसी फॉर्मूले में बस हमें वेक्टर फॉर्म में E को पुट करना था, because electric field here is due to a point charge placed at position vector R. Right? Understood? Question number 5. Okay. Question number 6. This question में doubt हो, please ask. Payal, Praharsh, anyone. Question number 6 is flux with a rectangular piece of area 10 cm by 20 cm when placed Yes, question number 6, it's simple formula phi is equal to E into A into cos theta. Theta angle is not clearly mentioned in diagram, so I'll show it. E into A into cos theta. Theta angle here that is mentioned in the diagram is the angle that is the electric field direction. This would have been if it is perpendicular, but it's not perpendicular, it is inclined at some angle. And here this angle is calculate the electric flux to this area if the area is inclined like this at an angle of 30 degrees with the electric field. If it is inclined at an angle of 30 degree as shown. हमें जो फॉर्मूले में थीटा चाहिए होता है E into A cos theta, that electric field and area vector, that angle should be between the electric field and area vector. Electric field is this, area vector will be perpendicular. So अगर ये थीटा है, it will become theta by the alternate angles, and angle between electric field area vector will become 90 minus theta, so that will be taken as 60. Electric field E into A into cos theta. Electric field will become electric flux will become E into A into cos theta. Theta will not consider 30 degrees. Theta will become 90 minus theta because theta is the angle taken between electric field vector and theta. Right? Okay. So answer to this question number 6 will be it will be whatever. I think it will not. Question number 7. Question number 7. Uniform electric field 7 we did in class. What will be the answer to 7? Uniform electric field is parallel to the axis of a hollow sphere, then electric flux will become. What will be answer to question number 7? ऐसे केसेस
S
में
square A.
projection area concept C option pi r square into E. For any uniform electric field but curved surface, we assume that projection area, the perpendicular area which encloses the whole surface, and it becomes circle in the case of sphere or hollow cone. Yes, we did some 3-4 examples of the projection area concept. Projection area is that area which is perpendicular to electric field and completely covered. So the curved surface flux that comes out will be the same flux that enters through the plane. Answer will be C for question number 7. Question number 8. Question number 8. Consider a triangular area with vertices 2, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0 and 0, 0, 1 is placed in a region of uniform electric field 300 to the power 3. Very nice. So here the electric field vector is given. Area is known that it is a triangle, but area vector is not. So इसके लिए हम थोड़ा vector algebra use करेंगे, which we did in class 11 in the vector concept, but it's part of math also. अगर हमें किसी भी vector triangle का area निकालना है, we have to find the area of this triangle. And if we know the area, if we know the vectors of these two adjacent sides, suppose this vector is A and the vector is B. A is the vector joining B to C, B is the vector joining B to A, then area of this triangle is the area of this triangle will be given as, it will be a vector because area is a vector quantity half of A cross B. A is the vector along BC, B is the vector along side BA. A and B are vectors along BC and B. अब इसमें इनके कोऑर्डिनेट्स की मैंने फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर से हमें एरिया वेक्टर मिल जाएगा और E डॉट A एरिया वेक्टर ऑफ डॉट प्रोडक्ट लेके वी कैन कैलकुलेट। ये एक वेक्टर अलजेब्रा का कॉन्सेप्ट है। वेक्टर ट्रायंगल में हम ट्रायंगल का एरिया वेक्टर कैलकुलेट करते हैं। सो हियर A is 2, 0, 0, 2, 0, 0 and it is 0, 1, 0 and the coordinate of C is 0, 0, 1. तो ये एक इंफॉर्मेशन है जो आपने फॉर्मूला 11 में पढ़ा था वेक्टर में we did but I have not done it earlier. This is the area of a triangle. कैसे पैराग्राम का निकालते हैं तो हाँ पड़ जाएगा। ट्रायंगल और पे ऐड कर दोगे of the same area it will become a parallelogram and the area of that parallelogram will be A cross B. In the vector form इसमें कहीं magnitude नहीं ले रहे because A cross B is coming out. A cross B, the cross product is given as right hand thumb rule. It's coming out of the plane and area is also a vector quantity which is always out of the plane. In this case, first we calculate the vector A and vector B. दो पॉइंट्स को ज्वाइन करने वाले x1 y1 z1 to x2 y2 z2 ट्रांसलेशन वेक्टर x2 minus x1 ये तो 0 हो गया प्लस y2 minus y1 प्लस z2 minus z1 k क्या this is vector A. Vector B x2 minus x1 I cap y2 minus y1 j cap plus z2 minus z1 k cap. These are the two adjacent vectors of the triangle through which we have to find the slab. Area of this triangle area vector है सभी हम इसका वेक्टर निकालेंगे। Area vector is half into cross product of these दो vectors का cross product calculate करने का तरीका था with the help of that determinant ijk with the help of the determinant ik A में I का कंपोनेंट जो है 0 J का कंपोनेंट -1 K का कंपोनेंट प्लस in B I का कंपोनेंट 2 J का कंपोनेंट -1 K का कंपोनेंट 0 open it half डिटरमिनेंट मेथड से हम जो क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट कैलकुलेट करते हैं अगर ये किसी को नहीं आता तो बता देना आई विल टीच दिस सेपरेटली या अभी देख लेते हैं ऐसे हम आई जे के लिखेंगे फर्स्ट रो में द फर्स्ट वेक्टर इज ए उसके कंपोनेंट्स एक कंपोनेंट आई वाला 0 है जे वाला -1 के वाला 1 एंड सिमिलरली द वेक्टर बी आई कंपोनेंट इज जे 2 जे कंपोनेंट इज -1 एंड के कंपोनेंट इज 0 नाउ ओपन इट first vector I cap leave that one that column -1 into 0 0 minus of minus plus 1 second वाले के साथ माइनस साइन लगाते हैं माइनस के leave that one that column 0 to 0 0 minus 2 plus k cap leave that one that column 0 to 0 0 into 0 minus of minus 2 so it will be half I plus 2j plus 2. Area vector of this triangle by using the vector algebra. We got the area vector. Since electric field is given, electric field is C into 10 raised to the power 3 I cap. Electric field is known, area vector हमने calculate कर लिया है. Flux is E dot A. If we know then electric field and area vector form, then we can directly calculate E dot A, the dot product of electric field and area vector. कि एक cos theta करने की जरूरत नहीं है because we don't know the formula angle between them. So when we take the dot product, I का I से multiply हो जाता है, I equal to 1. It will be half C into 10 raised to power 3. And I think these were in meters. So answer is B option. 1.5 into 10 raised to power 3. Area of triangle अगर हमें निकालना हो हम उसको वेक्टर फॉर्म में डायरेक्टली कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. Converting it into a vector triangle in which the adjacent side vectors are known. Vector A and vector B are the side vectors. Vectors alongside BC and vectors alongside BA. Question number 9. Question number 9. ना समझ आ रहा है? कुछ पूछ नहीं रहा कोई, there is no cross questioning. This class is supposed to be a discussion class. Your doubts are also welcome. And anything you are not able to understand, please ask. One-way communication is class में तो at least नहीं होना चाहिए. Yes. Question number 9. अपने आप करिए. This is simpler one. पहले uniform electric field disk के parallel है, perpendicular है, and then the disk is rotated by an angle 45 degree. Calculate the ratio of the flux. Initially, it is perpendicular to electric field, and then it is at an angle of 45. So, अगर circular disk का face perpendicular है, तो area vector होगा parallel. Area vector is parallel means theta is 0 degree. Theta is 0 degree, and therefore it is yes. Question number 9. Answer. पहले केस में एंगल कितना हुआ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड और एरिया वेक्टर के बीच में एंगल है 0. सेकंड केस में it is 45.
This is root to the answer.
Answer is root 2, yes. EA into cos 0, and in the second case EA into cos 45. So when we take the ratio 1 by root 2, that becomes root 2. Question number 10. In a certain region of space, the electric field is always along the pointing in x direction, but its magnitude decreases from 560 to 410. So all a cube the electric field that enters through the face is 560 nanometer per coulomb. E1 पता है, area पता है, because it is a square, it is a cube, so this area will be square. From there we can calculate the total flux that goes in, that's E1 into area. The flux that comes out. The flux that comes out from the other side. E2. इससे हम flux calculate कर लेंगे E2 into area. The net flux is total charge, total outward flux minus inward flux. If we close surface area, the net flux is always outward minus inward. That will be phi2 minus phi1, and the net flux is q by epsilon naught. So this is q enclosed by epsilon naught is equal to E2 minus E1 times area. E2 and E1 values are given in the question. I think the length is 25 centimeters. वो गलती से मीटर लिखा हुआ है 25 centimeters. So you have to change this area into meter square. In the diagram, it is written as 25 meters. Corrected. 25 centimeters is the length of this cube. Question number 11, 12 we have already done. Okay, what is the answer to question number 10? First find this answer. Answer to question number 10. Quite obviously it is going to be negative because the flux बाहर निकल रहा है वो electric field कम है. Electric field is less, flux will be less, outward flux is less than inward flux, so it will be negative. And if it is negative, means the charge enclosed must be negative, and that is minus 8.3 into 10 raised to power minus 7. The answer for question number 10 should come out D. सब लोग कर रहे हैं ना साथ में? Such silence in the class. Okay. Enough. Isha, Kanan,
I'm calculating.
Payal, Mahal, iPhone. Who is by the name of iPhone? Who is by the name of iPhone? Very nice. No response. ठीक है. Our question number 10 answer came out to be D, correct? ईशा क्वेश्चन हो रहे हैं? ईशा? Okay. Fine. Next question is question number 30. Question number 30. फॉर्मूलाज अगर याद नहीं है तो आपको नोट्स में साथ साथ देखते हैं, बट यू हैव टू सॉल्व इट अलोंग विद मी. डोंट थिंक दैट आई विल सी द रिकॉर्डिंग. इस क्वेश्चन को कराने का पर्पस ये है कि आप थ्योरी के साथ साथ न्यूमेरिकल्स एंड टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन शुड आल्सो लर्न. 13 जैसा क्वेश्चन हमने किया था, बट हियर द क्वेश्चन स्लाइडली इन अ डिफरेंट वर्ड. There is a point charge kept exactly at the center of a hemisphere. You have to find the electric flux to the curved surface. Flux to the curved surface. Positive charge के लिए हम ये फिर electric field तो same ही होगी. Magnitude wise electric field is same at every point. Consider a small surface PA. So every point E and D are in the same direction, and E will be same. So the total flux is integration of E dot dA. E को बाहर निकालो, E into dA into cos 0. यहाँ पे E को हम बाहर निकाल सकते हैं because this symmetrical surface and every point on this curved surface electric field value is same. और dA को इंडिकेट करेंगे तो आ जाएगा 2 pi r. Electric field, electric flux coming out of the curved surface is E into 2 pi r square. अगर हम इसको जो पहले फॉर्मूला हमने कैलकुलेट किया था the method that we did in class, इस चार्ज को जूम करोगे सेंटर पे रखा हुआ है तो आधा बाहर आ जाएगा, आधा अंदर. The total flux that is coming out of this hemisphere is q by 2 epsilon. वो भी हम यहाँ से कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं because electric field due to point charge formula is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square into 2 pi r, which on solving gives q by 2 epsilon naught. Electric flux is q by 2 epsilon naught for a point charge kept at the center. ये हमने क्लास में किया था, but in this is asking in terms of E, that will be E into 2 pi r square. Right? Question number 13, answer is C, correct? Question number 14.
Yes,
a charge cube is enclosed by an imaginary Gaussian surface. If the radius of surface increasing at a rate dr by dt is k, then Gaussian surface की radius बढ़ती जा रही है, but the charge inside is same. So if the charge inside is same, then the electric flux does not depend upon the size of that surface, size or radius of that Gaussian surface. It remains always same. it remains always same. Phi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. So even though it is changing, the flux link will always remain same. Answer is fourth. Question number 14. Even though the radius of this Gaussian surface is increasing, the total charge enclosed to remain same as Q. Charge is Q, then flux will be constant, so it is always Q by epsilon naught. Question answer will be D. It will always be Q by epsilon, does not increase or decrease. Question number 15. Consider a cubical surface of side 1 meter and let a long wire of linear charge density lambda passes through the cube, then the correct options are. Cubical surface, the cubical surface of side is 1 meter, like infinitely long thread pass. Right? Question says calculate the maximum flux and minimum flux. तो हमें ऐसे उस वायर को प्लेस करना है that the maximum length should be enclosed. Maximum length किसी भी क्यूब के अंदर होती है उसके डायमीटर. So that means for the maximum flux, the wire should be kept in such a way that the maximum length remains right. It should be along the body diagram. If the length is A or L, the body diagonal length is root 3L. So इसकी length आ जाएगी यहाँ पर root 3 meter. The total flux is Q enclosed by epsilon naught. That will be root 3L into lambda by epsilon naught because charge density is lambda. Maximum flux के लिए maximum charge चाहिए. Maximum charge के लिए it should be kept along the body diagram. This is for max. Minimum के लिए the minimum length should be inside and minimum length is along the edge. Phi minimum will be lambda by epsilon naught because it is 1 meter long. The charge enclosed will be lambda. Okay. Answer is maximum flux to the cube is root 3 lambda and the minimum flux is lambda by epsilon naught. So 15th answer will be because there is more than one correct option. C and D both are correct options.
So C and
C and D. D is the minimum flux.
okay.
Minimum flux will be for the minimum length. Minimum length is 1 meter. Charge will be lambda. Question number 22 is also on the same logic. So on the 22 also the similar logic. We have to just calculate the total charge inside, present inside, when it is along the side length, it is lambda. Charge is 1 meter, so lambda. When we have to consider the maximum length, we have to place the rod such that the maximum length should be inside, which is root 3. Question number 22. 22 is on the same logic. 22 is a linear charge having linear charge density lambda penetrates a cube diagonally. Penetrates a cube diagonally like the same situation. And in the second case, it penetrates a sphere diametrically. So when it penetrates a sphere diametrically, its length will be equal to the diameter. Question number 22 I'm talking about. So when it intersects, when it penetrates a sphere diametrically, then the total length inside will be 2a if the radius is a. Length is 2a, charge will be lambda times 2a. If the side length of this cube is a, then the cube length is whole diagonal length is root 3a. We have to calculate the ratio of plus to the cube and to the sphere. Question number 22, plus to the cube to plus to the sphere. We have to find this ratio. And that gives us 2 by root 3 times r, and what should be r? Yes, what's the answer? तो क्या है आंसर 22 का? अर्नव?
So I'm not sure.
Sure. Root 3a lambda by epsilon naught is for the cube. Cube के अंदर जो चार्ज होगा, and this is 2a lambda by epsilon naught. A lambda by epsilon naught, this is root 3 by 2, and it says so this is r, and we have to find the value of 2 by root 3 times r. 2 by root 3 into root 3 by 2, that becomes 1. 2 by root 3 into r will be 1. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Question number 16. तो हर एक क्वेश्चन को आपको समझना है और एक क्वेश्चन का डायग्राम समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, सॉल्यूशन समझ नहीं आ रहा है, then you have to ask, because such similar type of homework I will be giving you next class. All the exercise questions. Actually, that exercise is of the whole electrostatics first chapter and second chapter combined. But I will mark those questions which you should start. There are 2 DPPs after this that I have given you, of the dipoles and the application of Gauss law, that also you have to finish first. We will discuss those doubts in the class, and then yeah. So other than that, I have only taken 2 tests on the other platform, not on the app. So now I want to take test of your batch also in the coming week. So before that, you should prepare the first chapter thoroughly from the NCERT and from all the DP. Questions will be like this only, as we have done in the class. Number 16, it says consider a necessary cube of side length A in a region of uniform electric field. In a region of uniform electric field, consider there is a electric field and charge density is side length is A. And now in the same electric field, this cube is slightly twisted or tilted by an angle theta. Now the new position of this cube is inclined at an angle theta. Not like this. And now we have to give the electric field flux passing through the different L1, L2, L3, L4. This is L1. N2 is opposite. This is N2. Here this one is N3, N4, N5, and N6. These are the normal direction. Initially, N1 में negative flux है, N2 में positive flux है, बाकी सब में zero because it is parallel to all the phases. Now it is turned by an angle theta. Flux to the surface 1. This is the surface 1. Now N cap will be like this, N1 cap. Angle will be there is theta and since it is going inside, flux to the first circle E into A into cos theta. Since it is going inside, it will be negative. First is correct. Flux to surface 2. Surface 2 जो है, that is on the opposite side from where the electric flux is coming out. Plus theta or minus theta हो जाता है. अगर ये clockwise rotate होगा तो दूसरा anti-clockwise from the other side also. From the surface 2 again the flux is coming out and it is at an angle of theta. Flux coming out of surface 2 will be plus E into A into cos. So flux is correct, A is correct, B is correct. Flux to surface 3. Is it 0? This is surface 3. Now it became इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का नीचे वाले प्रॉपर्टी के साथ एंगल थीटा था, सीधा थीटा तो ऊपर वाले के साथ हो गया 90 तो 3 के साथ फ्लक्स will not be 0, the angle will become 90 minus theta, that will become minus E into A square into cos 90 minus theta, cos 90 minus theta becomes sin. T से अंदर जा रही है और उसके अपोजिट जो फ्लक्स था 4 से उतना ही बाहर. Right. So to N4, same electric flux will come outside. E is square into sin theta. Here is the theta rather than 90. So the options, first option correct. पहले surface पे because this cube is slightly rotated by an angle theta, angle will be electric field vector. Area vector is theta. E into A into cos theta. Going inside, that's why negative. So A is correct, B is correct, and D is correct. C is correct. Right? Question number 17. A non-uniform electric field 5xi plus 3j goes through a cube of side length 2 meters oriented as shown. Question number 17. Calculate the flux through these surfaces. Today 16 are you much? Question number 16 is clear. Question number 17. Yes, question number 17. अब यहाँ पे नॉन यूनिफॉर्म इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड सो भी करने के दो तरीके बिकॉज़ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज गिवन इन वेक्टर फॉर्म so we calculate E vector and dot area vector. That's one method. Alternatively, we can use separately x component and y component. Question number 17. X, y, and z. Okay, so this is the cubical surface and 1 meter, 3 meter, A is 5xi plus. Electric field is 5x times I cap plus 3j cap. X equals to 1 meter to 3 meter. ये है x equals to 1, this is x equals to this along x-axis, y-axis and z. Electric field has two components, one is along x direction and another is along y direction. One is along x direction, Ex, which is other direction, another is along y direction and that is 3. तो क्या है तो डॉट प्रोडक्ट लेके करें या फिर हम अलग अलग कैलकुलेट कर लें कि इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स किस वाले फील्ड की वजह से is it because of x component or it is because of y component or it is because of both वाला तो कोई केस होगा नहीं यहाँ पे because it is not inclined, it will be either perpendicular to x, अगर x के perpendicular है तो y के parallel होगी और perpendicular to y so that will be parallel to x. Flux to CDEF, this is CDEF. हम यहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड कैलकुलेट कर ले बाय पुटिंग x equals to 3 and the area is much L square R square, so it is 2 into 2 4, that will become 415 I cap, area is 4 I cap. यहाँ पर जो J होगा that is 3 times J, but उसकी वजह से कोई फ्लक्स नहीं होगा, so first option flux through CDEF. Flux through CDEF will be E dot A, that will become 60. पूरा लिखना चाहते हैं तो हम उसको लिख सकते हैं E dot A vector. E इसके वजह से इनपुट करके 59 plus 3, but वो अलग से लॉजिक से भी बोल सकते हैं that because of the y component there will not be any electric field lines passing, so it will be 60 Newton meters per per coulomb. Flux through CDEF, A option is correct. Flux through ABCD, ABCD ऊपर आ रहा है. अब इसमें x की वजह से नहीं होगा because x is parallel, y component is 3. And this electric, this area is how much? 4. Area is 4. Second is wrong. Flux through ABCD will be how much? Flux through ABCD will be E by 3 into area is 4. That will be 12. Third is asking ABGH. ABGH, यहाँ पे x की value है 1. It will be 5 times I cap. 5 into 4, so that will be 20. Flux through ABGH, it will be 5 dot 4. So it will become 20. But it will be negative because it is going inside. So ABGH is 20, magnitude wise is 20. Third is correct, A is correct and third is correct. Flux through EFGH. Flux through EFGH. इसलिए y component लिखना है. Y component is 3. Y component is 3. और इसके लिए हम 3 to 4 12, which is also correct. 5 to EFGH is 12. So area वेक्टर वो y डायरेक्शन में, this is EFGH में केवल y कंपोनेंट की वजह से आएगा, so आंसर करेक्ट है. A is correct, C is correct and D is correct. क्वेश्चन की डायग्राम को आइडेंटिफाई करके then you have to understand the question and then you have to understand the solution. Yes, go through question number 17 again. हमने इसको सेपरेटली ब्रेक कर लिया है. There are two components, one is x and other is y. अगर वो प्लेन yz प्लेन में है तो उसको x कंपोनेंट कट करेगा, अगर वो xz प्लेन में है तो y कंपोनेंट कट करेगा. That's the simple logic that we have used. The other component of electric field will be parallel, which will not produce any flux, which will not cause any flux. Question number 18. Also we did in class. Question number 18. The small charge flux is Q mounted over one of the vertices of a cube as shown. एक कॉर्नर पर अगर हम Q रख देते हैं, then it passes through. Then 1/8 portion is inside, 1/8 portion is inside, and it is passing through the three symmetrical faces. Question number 18. This is in the notes. The corner rectangle is shared by the 8 and Q, so it has become Q by 8 epsilon naught. It is shared by Q by 8 epsilon naught. 8 cubes, so 1 cube has Q by 8. Total flux is Q by 8. Flux to each surface is Q by 94 because it is shared with 3. 1, 2, and 3. Equally shared because it's symmetrical arrangement, so Q by 8 divided by 3 becomes Q by 24. This we did in class as well. Right. Next question number 19. Which of the following statement is not correct? If the electric field to point charge varies as R is equal to minus 2.5 instead of R is equal to minus 2, then the Gauss law will still be valid. अगर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का फॉर्मूला 1 by r square की जगह पे 1 by r to the power 2.5 होता, then would the Gauss law be valid? What should be the answer to 19A? Is it correct or not? Gauss law कह रहा है total flux coming out of any closed surface is 1 by epsilon naught times charge. It does not depend upon the shape or radius. If you apply the Gauss theorem on this small sphere, on this Gaussian surface, spherical surface, phi is equal to integration of E dot dA. E is kq by r square, but r नहीं यहाँ पे r square नहीं यहाँ to the power 2.5 into d. तो बाहर निकालोगे अगर kq by r to the power 2.5 by, because by symmetry it will be same, और integration of d आ जाएगा 4 by r square. तो k q by r to the power 2.5 into 4 by r. Gauss law के हिसाब से प्लस प्लस ये है q by epsilon naught only. Is it q by epsilon naught? No. क्योंकि यहाँ पर एक r to the power 0.5 बच है. So substitute the value of k. K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q r to the power 2.5 into 4 plus 1. It becomes q by epsilon naught into r to the power 0.5. R to the power 0.5, so which means the Gauss law now says. Gauss law says that flux should be only 1 by epsilon naught times charge present inside. Here it is depending upon the radius also. The radius of this sphere, radius of the Gaussian surface should not decide the flux. Flux depends only upon the charge present inside, not on the side. So it does not follow the Gauss. The first option is wrong. The Gauss law can be used to calculate the field distribution around electric dipole. Second, that is also wrong. Dipole के लिए हम जब भी Gaussian surface use करेंगे, we cannot use a symmetrical Gaussian surface because field is not symmetrical. Therefore, no charge is enclosed. No charge enclosed means no flux will pass through it. P dot d will be 0. We cannot see if the electric field between 2 point charges 0 somewhere, then the sign of the charges will be same. Correct? Null point बीच में तभी होता है जब दोनों charges similar type के हों और null point is closer to the smaller charge. D. The work done by the external force in moving a unit positive charge from A to potential. This is from this next chapter. Potential की definition होती है work done in moving a unit charge. is always equal to the potential difference. So A से B तक ले जाने में जो work done होगा, that is equal to potential difference VB minus VA only. So 19 answer correct is C and D. B will be doing in the next chapters, next class, Tuesday. Question number 20. Okay, I think 7 o'clock में मैथ्स की क्लास भी है. हाँ, I think so. Today is Friday, right? Should be. So some of the questions we have covered. Remaining जो थोड़े से बचे हुए हैं, that you are supposed to solve on your own as a homework from the DPP number 4. DPP 4 and 5. 5 has some very good questions, some integration based questions that we will be doing in the class. Not all of the questions I will solve, but I recommend you to practice these questions once before the discussion. So DPP number 4, 5 and 6. Those we will discuss in the next discussion class whenever we have, so that the first chapter is completed through all DPPs. These DPPs are kind of chapter topic wise analysis of each chapter, covering both the portion school plus competitive part, but it is not the complete preparation. After this, you are supposed to solve a book question bank. If you have any question bank, well and good. If you don't have, I'll provide my hard copy. You can collect. Soft copy, I'm preparing the end exercise. So I think some 100 questions also I'll be sharing in the next class. Right? So if these questions seems little challenging, little difficult, I will suggest that you solve these questions again on your own, because these are the type of questions that is asked in the exam, right? Okay, then that's it for today. Thank you. Okay, bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.